Do you feel nervous before an HR interview and are clueless about the kind of questions that can be asked during the HR round? Well, don't worry. This video will help you prepare for the HR round and also with the commonly asked questions during that round. In this video, you will learn sample answer to tell me about yourself question, sample answer to why do you want to join our company and not this other company, sample answer to what are your strengths and weaknesses, sample answer to what is your career goal, and last, sample answer to where do you see yourself in 5 years. But before that, let us begin by understanding what is an HR round. HR rounds are used to test a candidate's attitude and soft skills like communication, teamwork, leadership. So let us understand some key points about the HR questions. First is that most of these questions are open-ended questions with no right answer. And secondly, what matters is whether you have understood what the employer really wants to assess from that question and whether your answer addresses that. Now that you have understood what an HR round is all about, we will now look at some of the most common questions that you may face in an HR round. Why those questions are asked, how to answer those questions, and how not to answer them, and a sample answer for each of them. So let us start with the first most common question that is asked during the interview, and that is, tell me about yourself. Why this question is asked? Well, this question is meant to be an icebreaker for you and the interviewer to settle in and get comfortable with each other. It also allows the interviewer to judge how nervous you are, and a confident answer can be a great start and your half the battle would be won. Now, how to answer it? Start off with a brief intro and quickly move over to your career interest and why, and a bit of information on your hobbies and interest. How not to answer this question? When answering this question, do not start narrating your life history from childhood onwards, or spend too much time on family details or what you did in school. So the sample answer for this question is this. The next most commonly asked question is, why do you want to join our organization and not this other company? So why this question is asked? This question is asked to understand how much research about the company you have done before the interview and if there is genuine fit between what the organization does and offers to its employee and what you want. So how to answer this? You should be specific. Mention things that you know about the organization which you find exciting. There could be different things about an organization like size, customer loyalty, it's being innovation friendly, work culture, team, maybe it's offers support for higher studies that you may find interesting and offer that as a reason. It pays well can also be an answer, but only a part of answer and not the entire answer, because else it would naturally lead to another difficult question. If tomorrow some other organization were to offer you a higher salary, would you leave us? So how not to answer this question? Do not say statements like, it is the best company that provides a challenging environment for a professional growth. Do not start criticizing this other company either. So sample answer for this question can be this. Another important question that is asked during interview is, what are your strengths? Why this question is asked? To know you better, to understand if you are self-aware of what you are good at. Also, it helps to assess if you are a right fit for the role or not. So how to answer this question? During your introspection before the interview, you may have to identify a few things that you are good at, say programming or leading teams, or a few positive behavior traits like good attention to details. You can mention all of them or pick 2 or 3 that are most relevant to the organization and the job role you have applied for. and always support your claims with real life examples from your life. So how not to answer this question? You should never speak a list of qualities and strengths such as I am hardworking, sincere, punctual, full of zeal, innovative, without offering example or evidences from your life to support your claims. Because it is very easy to spot such answers and they leave a poor impression about you on the HR. So the sample answer to this question can be this. So next commonly asked question is the exact opposite of the previous question, that is, what are your weaknesses? So why this question is asked? We don't think this question should or can ever be answered to assess whether you are a good fit for the role, because no candidate in his or her right mind would tell an interviewer about a weakness that will harm his chances of getting the job or internship, such as I often beat people up in my fit of rage. However, this question can be used to assess how self-aware and how honest you are about yourself. So how to answer this question? You can answer this question by picking a relatively safe weakness that would not hamper your chances of getting the job or internship. You can also offer what you are doing to correct that weakness now that you have realized that you have a weakness. So how not to answer it? Something that you should definitely not do while answering this question is to not invent a weakness that you do not have that you can present to make it sound like a strength. For example, I am a perfectionist. This is because next they would ask you example from your life when you were perfect and it led to problems, and then you would have to invent more lies. So the sample answer for this question can be this. Commonly asked question which you can prepare is, what is your career goal? So why this question is asked? To see how this job or internship fits into your career goal. So how to answer this question? You should be honest while answering this question. If you have some specific thoughts such as I want to be a great programmer or I want to work for women's rights, mention that. If your stated career goal is vastly different from the position you have applied for, you should be ready with the thoughts on how this role fits with the career goal. If you do not have a specific career interest at this point, that is fine too. So how not to answer this question? So take care that you do not use statements like this, like I want to bring world peace as a career goal without any supporting evidence or activity on your part so far. Similarly, do not mention a career goal that is too contrasting with the current profile that you have applied for without being clear on how this profile fits with that goal. So sample answer for this question can be this. Another important and commonly asked question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? So why this question is asked? This question is another variant of the previous question. The interviewer just wants to know if you have a clear line of thoughts, and it is okay if you do not have, on what you want from your career and how this opportunity could lead you there. So how to answer this question? So best you can do is to outline your current interest and express desire to explore them further as a career option and grow in them with time. So how not to answer this question? Something you should ensure is not give too tug-in-cheek answers such as I see myself in your position in 5 years, or an answer which shows you have no idea of career progression in the organization, like I want to reach up to CEO level of this company. These answers will not leave a good impression about you on the interviewer. So sample answer for this question can be this. So with this, you have seen some important questions that can be asked during the HR interview. There are more questions which I will cover in the next video. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Till then, all the best.